I like my crypto just like my juice. Juicy. Check this out, man. This is from earlier in the month. I remember this chart. Check this out, friends. Look at this. Have you ever seen anything like that? Now, friends, that is 11. That is right. 11 green monthly candles on a coin. And of course, it was a meme coin from Morad's Giga. Okay, so it's a meme coin, friends. You know, everybody coming into crypto, they want an out-of-body experience, don't they? Out-of-body experiences. And they're gonna get it. And if anybody tries to deny him, Spooty is gonna have them. So meme coins, friends, are the only sector in crypto that can do something ridiculous like 11 green monthly candles in a row. So this is why, man, if you're in the mid curve, you're not looking at the 11 green monthly candles. What they're looking at is, look at the code, look at the VCs here. This thing's a big name, okay? But you got to think about the emotional money. The people who are coming into crypto, they're seeing infinite green candles, okay? It doesn't even matter what happens to the price after that point. All that matters is, what are they concluding in their head? They're concluding that these things fly the most. I'm here to make money just like everybody else. And by the way, can you blame them? Can you blame them? People are cheering Bitcoin because they got a lot of money out of it. People are cheering Ethereum because they made a lot of money out of it. But they pretend that they're not. They pretend that they were here for these big principles. And you know what? Maybe some of them are. But if Bitcoin's price was $180 today, it was down like 99.6%. I don't think people would be that happy and proud to be talking about its decentralization stuff. I don't think so. Same thing with Ethereum, by the way, if it was down 99%. And I think this is a great segue into this fighting Pikachu ready to take on the newbie noobs out there, the non-believers. VCs, friends. So VC is obviously vulture capital. The real world is venture capital. You know, they're going on a venture, as in an adventure, to kind of like do some naughty things. Like, you know, they hook up with these crypto projects. They get terms of their tokens. You know, friends, I watch panels and interviews and people all the time. They actually check these other VC tokens. They check them on chain and they know all of the people who dump. And it's like most of the industry. As soon as they get their unlocks, they're just dumping it automatically. Because in their world, they have capital and they compare to the stock market. And the stock market, they're like, oh, the stock market's up 10%. So if they're up like 30%, that's it. They're like, oh, that's a big winner. They don't care. That's less than a 2x. Okay. VCs are spending all their time trying to figure out which KOLs to pay so they can dump their tokens. So they're trying to shortcut the journey, but they're trying to also use the network effects, borrow the network effects, they pay for it, of KOLs for that short moment of time, and then they just move on to the next thing. You know, what we're trying to do is create long-term value. So these VCs, right, they're just doing the wrong things here. They are looking for a bunny hop. Where you and I aren't insiders. These people are insiders, okay? So we don't even have that opportunity to do that. We don't even have that option, okay? That's what they're spending all their time doing. Now, what I spend my time doing is I'm thinking about what actually backs the bid of a coin. So, you know, if you have a coin out here, friends, remember I told you there's the market cap of a coin, which is this, okay? The market cap. It could be like, you know, 100 million, yeah? 100 million. But the bid is only like 2 million. Yeah, it's about 2% of the supply. So if everybody sold the tokens and this 2 million went down to like, you know, 0.2 million, so it's about 200K. If that happened, the price here just gets obliterated, okay? The market cap drops like, you know, 90%, 99, 95%. So I always spend my time thinking about, why are people leaving the bid there? That's backing up. Why? If you spend time thinking about it, you get to the answers that we've gotten to, right? So the memes, cults, religions framework. People get something more than just a financial gain or satisfaction in the short term. They're there for something greater. They believe that the garden is going to grow bigger. There's going to be a tomato tree and an orange tree. And of course, a carrot tree. That's right. Carrots can grow on trees these days, friends. See, if you are spending your time thinking about, like, why is there 2 million here? Why are these people not dumping? You know, you'll get to your answer. That's exactly what we spend all our time here doing. So I've even got it written here, right? 99% of crypto projects are wasting their time trying to build code to justify a high valuation. You see, so I think about, why is there a bid there? Why? When you start, like, they leave it there. Why? Because they believe. They just believe, okay? Let me show you something, friends. So I'm going to show you something from last year, and it is ticker Bitcoin, okay? It's ticker Bitcoin. It's right here. And this is let's put it on a daily chart, okay? I want to show you, this is Harry Potter Obama, okay? And what I'll do is I'm going to show you, remember, I've got it selected to market cap coin, okay? Market cap here, okay? Now, last year, 2023, we had PEPE season. This thing launches, goes to 10 million, comes back down to 1 million, and then it goes back up, okay? Now, I remember around here, so August 2023, around these zones, somewhere around here. See, now Harry Potter Obama's like 100 million. It crossed the 100 to 200 million. Crypto Banter had one of the Harry Potter Obama guys that came on. Okay, I forgot who it was. Maybe it was this guy, Eric Stevens. I forgot who. And Randy Boo asked him, how much are you holding of this coin? And the guy said $4.5 million. Now, I think that was the top, the very top of that swing high. But my mind blew. There was no meme coin super cycle, okay? There was no meme coin super cycle. You got to understand, this is like, he was still holding. This thing, friends, like, bro, you got in here. Like, you got in at the start. He believed in it. And now he's holding 4.5 million. Like, you're up 68x. There was GambleFi, there was social finance, all these technology things that we thought were gonna like run away with it, and real world assets and all these other things. He's just like still holding. Talk about being a schizo in a schizo meme. I mean, it's just like the hand fits in the glove. But who's laughing now? Okay, so I spent a lot of time as this happens. I spent time thinking, why does this guy still hold? You want to call him a gambler? You want to call him a schizo? You can use every word. What about the people who bought Bitcoin or got into Bitcoin early and they watched it hit $1,000 and they still didn't get out? There are people who got in at like 10 bucks. What, 100x isn't good enough for you? And then from that $1,000 to 100k is another 100x. That's funny. So you got to understand what's going on in consumer's mind, because you're joining a network, right? So you're a club participant. Like, why does somebody go to the book club, right? Like, think about a nightclub. Why does a young 23-year-old single male, why do they go into a club? Maybe they want to meet hot girls. They want to find someone. They want to dance, get intoxicated, whatever. You can draw the connections there. Okay, well, we can see it with a nightclub. Yes. All right, let's take another example. Why do girls take selfies of themselves and then post it on the internet? Why do they post it on Instagram? Maybe they just like the comments and the likes and stuff. See, we can like figure these things out. But why aren't people asking, why are people still holding a coin here? Okay, why do people ask that? You know, I think everybody needs to step in the shoes of other people, because in crypto, if you understand why people are holding something, you can be long with them, and then you can get way more rich than people who are sidelined. If you understand why a 23-year-old male might go to a club, you don't get rich from it. What about girls? Okay, now you might think of a genius business idea, entrepreneurial idea. You can think of that, but for the most part, most people aren't going to get rich. But if you understand what's going on with these altcoins, any crypto, why people are holding, you've truly mastered it, haven't you? So, like I said, all these projects are trying to build code, but they're not asking, hey, why do people even hold stuff in the first place? Why do I expect them to hold this token at a certain valuation? Why? Because crypto is the future? Not good enough. Not good enough. They're holding other stuff that makes them rich. 11 green monthly candles. So like I mentioned here, they should be watching my YouTube videos instead. And man, such a classic example, friends. Coca-Cola intentionally makes Diet Coke taste flat. Did you know that? By the way, I made this picture just for you, friends. This is hilarious, yes? This is absolutely hilarious. The two soy boys. You've got a Diet Pepsi soy boy, and you have a Diet Cola soy boy. Here you go. So it's, but they're both made that way on purpose. Diet Coke is made to taste flat on purpose. And it's because they found out through the scientific research, customers, they like Coke, but they want to feel like they're watching their diet. They want to feel like they're drinking healthy. So they prefer, so people don't say that they prefer Diet Coke to do that, but they know the sales were optimized at that point and people will drink it more often. They're like, oh, I want a Diet Coke because I'm still like, I'm having a Coke, but I'm still looking after myself. And I'm going to blow your mind even further, okay? Do you know in crypto, friends, how there are derivative plays? Well, if you look up the sales of Diet Coke versus Coke, before I even looked that up, I guessed in my mind, I go, I bet it's a derivative play. I bet it's around 10%, 5 to 10% of sales. What a guess. Diet Coke has about, look at this, the market share, it's about 8 to 10%. Hasn't changed in like 20 years. It's wild. It's wild, isn't it? Yeah, so these VCs, they're starting the wrong things, man. They should be literally subscribing to me. Thank you for liking and subscribing, friends. I hope you have a very, very yummy lollipop coming your way for 2025 as well. Crypto projects, they should be studying this phenomenon. Why aren't they doing that? Because they're not here 18 hours a day. They're looking at the wrong stuff. They're living in Boomersaurus world. So that's what happens, friends. This is not just a crypto phenomenon. This happens in markets. People come in and they see like a long-term trend of people making money. So they all keep hopping onto the trend. And the market's starting to shift because people are constantly adapting. And these people are looking for more certainty. So they're happy to accept lower and lower returns. So with VC stuff, I'm not joking. They're honestly happy to accept the 2x. They are. They're happy to accept a 2 or 3 or 4x from their entry. They don't care. That's a win to them because it's free to them. They don't take any risk. They just wait for the unlock. They dump. So this phenomena it's wild. Most projects, though, they'll just wait to see that their token has like no demand at these $2 billion raises and stuff. But that's why you and I are going to make it, and they aren't. So that's why I have this post here, right? Just going through it. Just like how altcoin ecosystems can be a slingshot derivative play from each other. That's that normal Coke and Diet Coke ratio. That is the effect of mind share. You know, this happens in a lot of things, friends. I think it might be something to do with the power law. But like it's like even if you have Vitalik, you know, like actual Vitalik, his mum has like a residual market cap. She's on like the outskirts. She's like a derivative play. Vitalik's mum with Metis DAO. You see? So there are many examples like this as well. If you look at Donald Trump, okay? If you look at Donald Trump, for example, he has his son Barron, okay? Barron would also have like a residual network effect on him as well. So the market gives these residual pricings based off the SPI, and they end up being around, they max out around 5 to 10%. Let's just say 10% in the heat of a bull of speculation manias. You know, I can go through so many examples. That's what it looks like. So, but there's a lot of money to grab. Now, why do people do it? Why do people participate in these? It's because they're faster, and the SPI is now your indicator. That's why. So the SPI is the unicorn. Like PEPE. PEPE is the unicorn. Okay, and then you have all the Mat Fury coins. So something does it first, and it's really hard to find that thing that goes first. But when it does go first, people want to celebrate it and move and be around it. It's like literally like a city, and businesses that are operating around the outskirts of the city, and it's mind share as well. So it's mind share, it's GDP, it's all this activity pretty much. Remember, mind share it's the activity of the brain. You know, people flock to capture that upside around it. And in most cases, like I said, they hit around 10% on the upside. That's why you can use this as like a, it's a nice gauge. When you see these like second things launch, the secondary ones, you know, a lot of people do have these, oh man, there was a big announcement I made from Jim Cramer, said, friends, I think it was in October. Jim Cramer, he literally went on, it was a breaking news. He literally had a segment where he said, don't buy the derivatives. Don't buy the derivatives. Only buy the main one. He actually said that. And actually I made a breaking news. I go, oh, yeah. So these things, they're fun. They're bull market things, right? But no matter what you do, these derivatives will always exist. They will. You know, it was the same thing with Bitcoin, though, as well. And let me blow your mind as well. Do you remember Litecoin? Litecoin is the silver to Bitcoin. Well, Litecoin's ratio, LTC to BTC, it peaked at 0.05 here. Check that out. See that? That was the top. 0.05. So basically, Litecoin peaked at around 5% of Bitcoin. That's wild, man. That's wild. Now, see, these derivative plays, they blow your mind. It shows you that there's something going on here with these network effects. They're like a liquidity bucket. They slosh around and it spills over. So if you're aware of that, that's why these slingshots, man, they're very powerful, very powerful. But there's no free lunch. So they are dangerous on the downside. That's why you got to get in these times where you're pretty confident of high growth, not just around the immediate corner, but around coming in the next 1 or 2 or 3 years. And you can't try not to leverage on them, because if unforeseen events happen and they wipe you out, you're going to regret it, okay? But you've learned something today, haven't you, about these? They happen everywhere. It's wild. I bet, friends, these same stats, I bet the derivative like artists and music artists and sports things, I'm sure this phenomena appears out there in the rest of the world as well. It'd be interesting if we could find more data on these things going on. They happen in markets all the time. The markets, you can actually win on them. That's the best part. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.